Rob Menard. Coming on up. Thank you all coming out here. I can't believe such an awesome turnout with so little advance warning. You guys only had like a week and we used Facebook and we got all of this.
Yep.
This pumps my heart. Makes me feel like going, try that, it's fun. Cops love it. If that's the first thing that comes out of your mouth when they say driver's license, registration, insurance, you look at it and go, yeah, they'll love that. I get a lot of emails. Some people, they think I'm an asshole. Some people think I'm a hero. I've been told that I'm a super guy, and I realize I am a super guy. I am a hero. I'm like a superhero. Because I have powers, good powers, amazing powers. I use them only for good. I have a superhero costume underneath these clothes. I can rip these off. I'm ready to go at a moment's notice. That's right, I'm Naked Man! This represents my buttocks. This doesn't. What, you want honesty? There you go. You happy now? Little blue pill. Some people, after they meet me, they think I'm arrogant. Personally, I think they're lucky I talk to them. I don't really think I'm arrogant. I think I just realized there's some people who say it can't be done really hate those who go out and do it. And if you accept your divine nature, people who have refused to accept theirs are not going to like you at all. They'll say things like, what makes you think you're so good? And I always say, what makes you think you're not even better? Yeah. But if they don't want to accept their own little divine nature, then they're going to look at you when you do accept your divine nature as a very weird man. Essentially, what I figured out is that here's the reality no one wants to face. We're all pretty much just hairless apes on a great big rock circling an even bigger ball of fire and no one's in charge. And nobody wants to think like that because we're conditioned as kids to run to mommy and someone has to be in charge to make sure everything's okay and make sure the rock just keeps going around the fire. But no one is in charge. The fact is, we own this rock just as much as any other hairless ape, and it doesn't matter if they're a lawyer, a judge, or a banker, or their name is Rothschild. This planet belongs to us. It doesn't belong to them. And most people, they don't like that idea because they prefer, instead of accepting their divine nature, if they accept that there's someone else who's in charge and it's all okay, just go back to work, it actually makes it easier for them because then they can avoid the responsibility. Now what I'd like to do, who here is familiar with the Freeman concept? Okay, who here is familiar with the Freeman concept because they're an undercover police officer? Just checking. Here, I'd like to revisit Freeman-on-the-Land for you, just so to set some things, because some people think that it's all about claiming that the laws don't apply to us. That's not the case. I do not claim that the law does not apply to us, does not apply to me. I simply claim their policies are not the law. Freeman-on-the-Land is not about... essentially, what we want is to be treated and to be given the same amount of rights and freedoms that our great-grandparents had. We don't want to be treated like children. We don't want to be treated like employees. We don't want to be treated like wards of the state. We're not their bitch. They're our servants, and it's about time they start acting like that. Now, we're not racist, we're not sexist, we're not anti-Semitic. All we are, we're not anti-anything. Anti is a bad way to fight. We're pro-something. We're pro-freedom. We're pro-good government. And we want our country back. And we see how the bankers and the lawyers and the judges have essentially, they've hijacked our entire country. They've hijacked the country, the banking system, and the courts and the justice system. And we have to do something about it. What I see happening, who's aware that in BC, who reads the papers here? I guess you're all probably like mainstream media. Fuck you, pal. I'm not doing that. Who's here is aware that in BC they are looking at privatizing the water supply and selling it to the corporations? Yeah. What we're facing is in fact a corporate fascism, where the corporations have so much more power than us that they get to go out and they get to make claims, and before you know it, these people are going to have claims on the water itself. Who's here has heard of 96 as a fix? Yeah. In BC, because the hydro companies recognize that that's our resources and we have a claim to it, they are recognizing that that 96 pays for hydro, and there's many people doing this, and that's one of the reasons they want to get it, change the legal status so that we no longer have a claim to it, and then they don't have to comp our hydro. The way it's supposed to work, folks, you should be getting your hydro at home for free, and if you want to use it to operate a business, then you pay for it, and those people are supposed to give us our free hydro. And they give it to us for free because it's our water. They need our permission to access it, to run their wires across our sight lines, without us saying, yes, they've got nothing. And we seem to have forgotten this, or it's not so much that we've forgotten it, they have gone through a great deal of trouble to try to hide it. They have developed an entirely new language which might appear to be English, but when you start looking at it, it isn't. And on the subject of language, I'd appreciate it if you would all stop asking me if I speak French, and then when I say yes, start talking to me in your language. It starts off French, it doesn't end French. If I was in BC and I asked someone, do you speak English? Why, yes I do. Well, welcome to BC. Voulez-vous tout pour la parking? Yeah, it's a different language, and if you don't know what this language is, then they end up being able to take all of this, and because it's been slowly applied to us, we start thinking that we need these corporations. Without these corporations, we don't have the life that we're all accustomed to. It's all a big lie. I wrote a poem about it. I call it Said Monsters. Hello, welcome. Come on in, you're not too late. Here, I'll run it through. Naked man, I'm naked man. I left one out actually. I'm like, I'm freedom fluoride. Because I fight truth decay. And you'll think I'm arrogant if you refuse to accept your own divine nature. Thanks, you're all caught up. Okay, my poem for you. Headless, multi-armed monsters, great big mouths wide, right where their hearts should be. They grab all they can, they eat all they grab, and they leave nothing behind but their poisonous shit. Villagers hide in separate tents, ignoring the screams from where these monsters have went. Why do they hide when they have hearts and head? They're so much stronger, yet said monsters be fed. Brainwashed since birth and led to believe, ooh, but we need these monsters in order to breathe. It's all a big scam, said monsters that are, for they are not human, not by far. For they can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat until all is gone. Then the villagers will know they were wrong. It can't be too late to fight said beasts. This world is our bounty, it is not their feast. Get out of your tents, get up on your feet, grab a big stick and force a retreat. Said monsters must die, the same they were born. Through the will of the people, their powers be shorn. That's one of the only two poems you'll get tonight. I hope you liked it.